We can study some aspects of disease in humans, but there's lots of things we can't do, and we often can't get to the fundamentals using humans, nor can we test potential treatments in humans. It's not ethical to try. But we can use animals, but you're likely to get a much better answer if you've given that animal some human attribute, whether it's a human gene or cells from humans, such that you can actually study that, the human part of the animal. You're much more likely to get better understanding and treatment. But the vast majority of the research is fine, and the public seem happy with it, and the level of regulation is fine. However, as we get more and more sophisticated in the types of experiment that we can do, and particularly perhaps with stem cells, we can imagine that the research will approach limits which the public feel very nervous about, and which scientists may feel nervous about, and which are getting ethically contentious. Let me give you an example. So there are mice that have been made where 95% of their livers are human. These are very valuable animals for research into a range of different things. So, for example, testing drugs for toxicity. Human liver handles those things differently from a mouse liver. So having a mouse with essentially a human liver is a much better way of testing those drugs. But if you can replace essentially the liver of a mouse, you could imagine, well, could I replace some other part of the mouse? So can I replace aspects of that animal to make it look more human, to have human hands or feet or human skin? Or can I replace parts of the brain so that it now has a large part of its brain is made up of human brain material rather than mouse brain material? And I think most people would find those sorts of things getting a little close to an edge, right, where they may find it not particularly acceptable. And so this report, which was essentially driven by science and scientists and the Academy of Medical Sciences, who wanted to explore this whole area and see whether the regulations that we currently have are adequate for dealing with this. And the answer is, in the majority of cases, they are perfectly adequate. But there are things which may be approaching boundaries and could do so in the future that we feel need to be monitored more carefully, and maybe certain experiments are not allowed because they do cross ethical boundaries.